Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher today is Joe Dispenza. So I have a few thoughts from Joe Dispenza to share with you, and then a wider message about how amazing our brain and body really is. Granny, good morning. Hello. Happy Wednesday, I think. Yeah, it is Wednesday. Sunmudi, good morning. Hello. Stefan, good morning. Maggie, good morning. Awesome seeing you all here. Right, let's get into today's message. Imagine being able to consciously control your well-being, not just through external actions, but by harnessing the incredible power of your own thoughts. This isn't some far-off dream. It's the very core of meditation, a practice with a growing body of scientific evidence supporting its transformative potential. Charlene, good morning. Good to see you. Our bodies are truly awe-inspiring machines. Through meditation, we gain the ability to become the conductor of this orchestra, intentionally triggering responses that enhance our lives. And when we learn to consciously push the buttons of our bodies for our own benefit, then our buttons get pushed much less randomly by our environment. You have the remote control, capable of influencing not just your thoughts and emotions, but your very biology. Anthony, good morning. Good to see you, man. Right, all these thoughts, these extra thoughts, these quotes today come from Joe Dispenza. The first one says, the latest research supports the notion that we have a natural ability to change the brain and body by thought alone, so that it looks biologically like some future event has already happened. Because you can make thought more real than anything else, you can change who you are from brain cell to gene, given the right understanding. Hey, Danae, good morning. Good to see you. Hello. Think about that for a moment. Your thoughts hold immense power. They can literally alter your biology, influencing your nervous system, neurochemistry, hormones, and even your genes. Joe Dispenza says, your nervous system is the greatest pharmacist in the world. The body doesn't know the difference between an experience and a thought. You can literally change your biology, your neurocircuitry, chemistry, hormones, and genes simply by having an inner event. Shabs, good morning. Good to see you live with us again today. The last thought from Joe Dispenza says, your thoughts are incredibly powerful. Choose yours wisely. You can change your brain just by thinking differently. This concept aligns with the core message of today's meditation, a reminder of the incredible processes unfolding within you during the practice. Meditation isn't just about achieving a state of perfect calmness, although that is obviously certainly a welcome benefit. It's about cultivating the awareness and intention necessary to rewire your brain for the better. Nala, good morning. So good to see you with us live today. Your body is magical. Your brain is your superpower. The changes that you are making may be small, but over time they are compounded. When you make a big shift, notice all the baby steps that lead you to that place. Every meditation session, every mindful breath is a small step on a transformative journey, and right now is another one of those small steps. Let's get started with this meditation. Honey, good morning. It's always exciting to see you with us live. Today's meditation is called The Science of Meditation, and it is just a moment-to-moment rundown of all the processes you are triggering in your body while you sit and meditate. If you're ready, you can close your eyes, and here we go, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. Every time you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Continue with your full body breathing as we have a conversation about what happens in your body right now. It is almost as if your heart and your brain are listening to your lungs. And as your breathing changes, your heart and your brain changes too. Evolution has taught us that when breathing is really slow, really deep, then surely there can't be any danger. So whenever you make your breathing slow, your body calms. Specifically focus on your exhale. Make the exhale really long and slow. And particularly while you exhale, you'll find your heartbeat slow down. Your heart is the drummer of this rowboat. What the heart does gets followed by the whole body. If your heartbeat slows down, your whole body follows. All systems in your body start aligning in cooperation. your brain follows too. When we get up in the morning, we wake, we start becoming conscious and thinking. We are normally wake in an alpha brain state. As more things catch our attention and we start focusing on things, our brainwaves speed up faster to beta. The more involved we get with these things, especially if they cause us some stress and anxiety, our brainwaves shift into high beta. Right now, your breathing slows, your heartbeat slows, your brainwaves slow. From high beta to alpha, and perhaps even a little bit lower into theta. Which could be called a sleep state, although you might be wide awake while your brain waves slip that low. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles, going forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. You're going to lean your upper body over to the left and lean your upper body over to the right. And ask yourself the question, in which other ways can you move your spine while you're in this seated position? Now, along with during your day, stopping for a few deep conscious breaths, you could also, during the day, stop and consciously move your spine a few times a day. Every time you do, and just think of it for a moment, how much of your day is seated in basically the same position for long periods on end. How much different might a little bit of spinal movement make, especially when you realize that every time you move your spine, you're also moving spinal fluid up and down your spine. And when you move spinal fluid up and down the spine, you're switching on your brain. You're waking up your nervous system. Could you, every time you stop for a few big breaths, also remind yourself to give your spine some movement? We'll take one more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, at least as much as we are able to do that right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for a whole meditation with us, then this is always a really good place to stop. If you are here for the whole journey though, with every next inhale we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and to follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring your attention to what exactly does a breath hold feel like? How does your body experience a breath hold? Take your next big breath. I'll be talking quite a lot through this part. You're welcome to return to your own breath holds multiple times while I speak. A breath hold is also a stress response for your body, to your body. But there's an interesting difference between the regular stress response and the stress response triggered by holding your breath. In a regular stress response, everything in your body constricts, your arteries, your viscera, and that pushes blood to the extremities, because we call that stress response fight or flight. And the parts of your body that need all the blood are your arms and legs, the parts of your body needed for running or fighting. Not so much to the thinking parts of your brain, because in a fight or flight situation, your body's not too worried about thinking, more about reacting. Although, when you do a breath hold, there is an extra boost of oxygen sent to your brain, because this is a unique threat. If I can't breathe, the last thing that I need to have access to is my brain for trying to figure out, how do I get to breathing again? So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, imagine you could see this. As you hold your breath, an extra boost of oxygen gets sent to your brain. Take your next big breath. So whenever your mind feels cluttered, you can't think clearly, perhaps you're sitting working and it's been a few hours and you decide to get up, turn away from your work, take a few big breaths, it's always a great idea to add a few breath holds as well. It is a shortcut to clearing your mind by sending it some extra oxygen. Every breath hold triggers your body into paying attention. In my mind, it looks like a meerkat sitting up and looking around and going, is there a problem here? Is there a danger that I need to know of? That is the response of your nervous system with every breath hold. It asks the question, is there danger? Because if I can't breathe, there might be. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, imagine you could see your nervous system do that. Take a deep breath, hold, and realize that your nervous system asks the question, is there danger here? Take your next big breath. your job during your breath hold is to soften and relax into your breath hold as much as you can. Can you get to a place where you even find a certain kind of comfort in your breath hold? So meditation after meditation, when you hold your breath, your nervous system asks, is there danger here? And your body answers, no, no danger at all. This is one of the ways you are teaching your body. You are teaching your nervous system that not every little thing that feels like a threat is in fact danger. We encounter multiple possible threats during every day. And often we have nervous systems that have been hypervigilant for years and years, ready to overreact. We need practices in which our nervous system asks the question, is there danger here? And we have the opportunity to teach it. Every time you soften into your breath hold, relax into your body, you're teaching your nervous system. Not everything that looks like a threat is actually a danger. So as you take your next big breath, see how much comfort you can find in that breath hold as you soften into you. And let your nervous system know all is well here. Take your next big breath. We need practices in which we are deliberate about having our nervous system be triggered so that we can teach it that not everything that seems like a threat is actually dangerous. Teaching a nervous system to be calm and not overreact. Here's an image I'd like you to keep in your mind for a moment. If you have a dog as a pet and a new puppy, a new dog might be brought into the family home as a second pet. It's very common for the first dog to feel threatened, and as he sees a new dog on his property, typically you'd see the hair on the back of his neck stand up. Just look at that nervous system response. His nervous system is triggered and it raises the hair on the back of his neck. Almost all of us would react by stroking the back of his neck, trying to bring the raised hair back down and say, not necessary. This is a friend. not an enemy. This is a new family member. As we stroke the hair on the back of the dog's neck, letting the nervous system know that it can calm down. In how many ways can you do that for you? And this is one of the reasons why cold water exposure has become so popular in recent years. Because even if you just do it in the shower, if you open up after a hot shower, open up the cold water and let that hit your body, you're going to have an instant nervous system response. And your answer to it could be to soften. Don't tense the muscles, soften them. You'll instantly experience your breath changing. So your attention should go to the exhale. Make the exhale long and slow. And the picture is very similar. Under a shower with cold water, every time you soften into your body, not tense, but soften. Every time you catch your breathing and slow the exhale, it is like you are stroking the dog on the back of its neck. You're stroking this nervous system, letting it know that not everything that seems like a threat is necessarily dangerous. Breathe. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Your nervous system really gets the message when there's a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. We've mentioned already that in this process it's likely that your brain waves go lower and lower. And as it slips below alpha, you have more access to your subconscious. Your subconscious is more open and available to you. It's like it sits and listens and pays attention Now, what to do with the subconscious that's listening to you? I'll give an example of an experiment, and there are many such experiments. You might know of this one because it's quite famous. There are many more. A group of people are divided into 3 groups, all of them given brain scans to look at particular areas of their brain. And for the next couple of weeks, the first group is given piano music to listen to. Here's some piano music, listen to it once a day for 15 minutes, half an hour, I can't remember. The second group is given a piano exercise to do for the same period of time. Specific finger exercises on the keyboard of the piano. Do these exercises every day. It's going to take 15 or 30 minutes for a couple of weeks. The third group are given no music, no piano, but are taught a visualization exercise. For those 15 or 30 minutes every day for a couple of weeks, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to see yourself, your fingers on the chords, doing the same piano exercises, but only in your mind. And after a couple of weeks, these 3 groups are given brain scans again, looking at the same specific areas of the brain. The first group that listened to piano music didn't have much change to those specific brain areas. The second group, with their fingers on a piano keyboard every day, clearly showed a lot of structural change to those specific areas of the brain because they used their fingers and practiced these chords. The third group, who closed their eyes and just imagined, visualized their fingers on the chords. They had very clear structural change as well, not quite as much as the group that did the physical exercise, but almost. Every time you sit yourself down for a meditation, just closing your eyes and going through the process, you are changing your brain. Every rehearsal we do helps your brain create the pathways that you will use when those situations show up. You're using this exercise for meditation regularly, but the reminder is that whatever it is you need to deal with, whatever comes up, perhaps it's just a meeting you're walking into, and before you do that, you want to prepare your brain for the meeting. You could close your eyes, take a few big breaths, and rehearse. This is how I want this to go. Here is how I want to be. Here is how I want to speak. Here is how I want to respond to the other people in the meeting. By doing that, you're laying down the neural pathways that might be ready for the event when it happens. Your body is amazing, and your brain really is your superpower. By thinking alone, by thought alone, you are making changes. And this almost feels like magic. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this beautiful brain and body. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to become a better operator of this brain and body. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for seeing clearly how when I become a better operator and I become good at pushing the buttons and pulling the levers, then the environment has less of an influence. The environment will push the buttons and pull the levers so much less when I take more charge of them. Take a deep breath in. And thank you to you for becoming a better operator of your beautiful brain and body. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. I want to mention one physiological thing about gratitude as well. Think about this for a moment. When do you ever say thank you? You only ever say thank you for something you have received. And your body doesn't know the difference between an event that happens in reality or an event that just happens in your mind. Every time you say thank you, your body believes you are receiving. Your body is fully on board. So in a way, if you want to hack the system, think about the things you want to receive and start having gratitude for them. Start saying thank you for everything you would like to receive more of. And your body will be on board. Your body will respond as if you actually did receive that. It's not too difficult to do. We know what receiving feels like. If we search backwards, there are so many beautiful things we have received, and we can just tap into that experience. Everything good that you want to receive, start saying thank you for them every day, and your body receives them in that moment. Thank you, beautiful humans. Have an awesome day. Thank you, Sunmari, Branya, Charlene, Anthony, Danae, Stefan. Who am I missing? Maggie, Charlene, did I say? Have a beautiful day. See you right here again soon. Ciao, ciao.